Waitlisted and pricey. That's what's going on with so many of these pre-orders that are hitting waitlist well before they come out and are hitting the secondary market. But are they rare? We're going to dive into that within this episode for sure. And just when I was thinking I wasn't going to get a call from the Hot Toys Wizard, here he is, baby. You know what? I'm looking forward to it this time. Hello, Wizard. Yes, I am just talking about that. Some of these are waitlisted and pricey, like Cad Bane, right? Like the DX24, DX25 Luke. But are they rare? And you say, what? Well, listen, I would have saved that for this episode. Yes. Well, we're going to talk about that tomorrow. Tomorrow, 6 scale Raw. Tomorrow's 6 scale Raw is special. Right, I figured that you probably do that, right? It's Crystal Ball Monday. We got some other hot, controversial topics to talk about, too. Really, you know that about Jabba. But did you know this about Leia? No, really not that version. You're going to get the community in an uproar. Hey, Wizard, let me... He got me. He finally got me. The Wizard... disconnected. But the Dark Jedi, very much here for this week's episode of the Market Chart Show. Waitlisted and pricey. For some of them, we're going to go over that. Secondary market is unveiling a lot. It is a complete 180-degree turn. But honestly, are these going to be rare? Is Cad Bane really going to be rare? How about the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man? How about that Marty McFly? Is it going to be as rare and as pricey as Marty and Einstein? What about that Loki? What about Ahsoka? What about Ahsoka when the Ahsoka series comes out? I've got the spotchka, because it's late, right here, my friends. Don't worry, I've got coffee too. I'm always drunk on coffee. I've got the new Wizard Juice. Let's go ahead and dive into all of this right now. All right, and welcome everyone to another episode of the Market Value Chart Show right here at 6 Scale Cantina. And just in case you don't know just who I am the Dark Jedi Aries Tarrington, about to serve up all the 6 Scale Hot Toys talk. So please go ahead and smash that like button. I so do very much appreciate your support. And hey, while you're at it, why not also go ahead and subscribe to 6 Scale Cantina? Again, thank you so much for your support. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on, not only in the primary market, but in the secondary market, and how the markets connect. And right now, it is a complete 180-degree turn with so many of the figures on pre-order that are getting released and how they are reacting in the market compared to figures coming out the last couple of years. You could see on the banner right here, waitlisted and pricey. A lot of them are waitlisted and some of them are getting pricey. But are they rare? Let's get right into the data. Pulling this up onto the screen. And you can see here, outstanding seller, 54,726 feedback. all 100% positive. Look at this. Had 10 that this seller got in here in the United States, a U.S. seller, all of them out of stock, all of them sold above the retail price at $325, not including taxes. Let's go to some more. Let's go to some more here. And I'll pull this up onto the screen. And here is R2 again. From another outstanding seller. 23,658 feedback. Wow. $300. The 5 that this seller got in of this R2, MMS 651, the R2 from the Attack of the Clones 20th anniversary, gone. No problem selling these. And again, no problem selling these above the retail price. Why? Why are they having no difficulties? Usually, in the past, several years ago, this is what you would see from the Hong Kong sellers, or from the sellers overseas, well before that they get into the States. Now you're seeing this seemingly across the board, and these figures on Waitlist at Sideshow, and again, appearing as if there's just not as much stock being produced, or no stock at all, just enough to fulfill pre-orders. And not only pre-orders for those that perhaps buy off of Sideshow, but the distributors, the stores that usually I would guess use Sideshow to get in their allotments, like you're seeing right here. Let's continue to go on to some other examples. Here's Crosshair. Another one that hit Waitlist, nothing to do with the Attack of the Clones 20th, but having to do with the Bad Batch. And another great seller, 15,732 feedback, all 100% positive. Just a little bit over the retail price. $340 gone. 6 sold, gone. Gone. Wow. And pulling this up onto the screen, giving you a variety of different sellers. Here's another outstanding seller. 613 feedback. All 100% positive. And this one went for $322.99, but not including $16.49 in shipping, and not including taxes. What is this? Already on the verge of becoming a grail, and it didn't even make it in stock, ladies and gentlemen. It didn't even make it in stock. Kind of like this one I brought up earlier. On the verge of becoming a grail. Usually this happens after it festers in stock for a little bit. It used to be available in overseas for around anywhere from, 5 to 7 months before it even got here. Then it would go ahead and you'd be able to get it from Sideshow, for instance, or wherever else you get it from. And then maybe after 2 or 4 or 5 months, it would hit Waitlist, and then you would start seeing this happening. But right now, this is a completely different story, and not only a complete 180-degree turn from several years ago on what I just mentioned, but a complete 180-degree turn and what was going on last year with this whole bargain bin business. So you got 180s all around. All around. Let's continue to take a look at some other examples here for sure. And I could pull up this one onto the screen. And you could see right here, the same type of situation starting to happen. This seller, 54,726 feedback, all 100% positive. 11 in stock, 6 gone. At $400. $400. Digest that for a minute. $400. You're watching this week's market chart show here at 6 Scale Cantina. Cheers to you. This coffee is always brewed delicious at 6 Scale Cantina. If you got to spill it, it might as well be fresh, baby. And what happens when these 5 are gone? You're going to be able to get it from probably some other sellers until theirs are gone. And I'm building up a little story for you here as we continue to go. And you can see the market 180 here as we stay on that. Another outstanding seller. And look at this. Hawk Wars Toys. And you know Hawk Wars is a place that I have bought from and buy from. The guy's name is Ray. Great seller. Now over 1,700 feedback. All 100% positive. $360. $360 for a DX25, already over the retail price. Why? Because this is already on waitlist. The DX25 and the DX24 are already on waitlist. The aforementioned Crosshair is already on waitlist. The R2-D2 from the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones, already on waitlist. And on waitlist, not while it was in stock for a while, but while it was on pre-order. On pre-order. Let's continue to look here. You can pull this up onto the screen. And from the Back to the Future IP. And already another great seller, 25,185 feedback. All 100% positive. And look at here, baby. Already 2 sold at $290 with just 2 left. And you have to wonder, is it possible that with this figure and even the ones that I showed you previously and many of the more that are about to get released that are already on waitlist, that they can climb the secondary market on their road to Graildom, kind of like this figure here, staying with Back to the Future? Look, ladies and gentlemen, this MMS 573, this was not all that long ago. And this is on waitlist, and you can see right here, from July 15th, nearly $400. And another great seller, and I'm giving you a plethora of different sellers to give you a really good base here of what I'm trying to show you. 1,582 feedback, all 100% positive and new, not including the shipping, ladies and gentlemen. Could they be getting up to this status? You know, like with this price. Kind of like where the Arena Suit Boba Fett kind of is, in that $400 tier range and climbing. And yes, it's a story of low supply equaling high demand. For sure. When you have less stock, and you have a high demand, it equals up to things that you're seeing right here. If you have a low stock, but a not really high demand, it can kind of keep its retail value, maybe go down a little bit, maybe go up slightly a bit. But if you hit that right perfect range, where you're teetering right on the brink of, is it right there or boom? And yes, it's a question of how many pre-orders are put in, how much production there is, and factoring in how many people are coming in, how many collectors are discovering hot toys and hobbies like this, which are always evolving and growing, but also factoring in a very volatile global economy where the price of groceries and necessities have seemingly just doubled, where you can go into stores to get your groceries. And now, what you used to walk out with 8 bags of groceries now is around 4 bags of groceries. And I hear stories like this all the time. Real people like you and me. Real families, real situations. Inflation coming out of COVID has been a real thing. And the greatest inflation that we've had in 45 years. And is it affecting collectible hobbies like this, 6 scale? It could be whatever scale. It could be toys, statues, whatever. Is it affecting it? Does it have any effect at all on collecting hobbies or anything that requires expendable income? And I say, yes. It's a huge factor. It's a huge factor. Because not everybody can buy everything at the volume and at the numbers and at the rate that they were able to perhaps several years ago. Which means that once they catch up, or once they do get enough expendable income, they're looking for figures like this that they were not able to get at that time and are now trying to get it. Thus, supply and demand, thus it going up as it is. And the other important factor in regarding this is the fact that there's just not enough money to go around to buy every figure, as I just said, but there's not enough collectors coming into these hobbies at the rate that they once were because of the economy. Does that make sense? So they're not coming in as fast because the economy's rough and not everybody has as much expendable income for coin collecting, stamp collecting, figure collecting, figures, statues collecting, where it costs this, vintage collecting, which is much more expensive than this many times, any type of collecting, vacations. You get deals on vacations and places to go all the time. Hotels, things that you try to book on Priceline, things that you try to book on Orbitz or Booking.com or here or there. Why? Why are there so many deals? Because people don't have right now the money, for the most part, most people, that they used to have for things that require expendable income. Now, with these figures here, and bringing this up, and everything that I've showed you thus far, can these figures, this one, Is this Marty McFly at Einstein, which really didn't waitlist all too long ago, is it rare? Is this Crosshair rare? Is it rare? Is this R2? Is it rare? You know, rare like the OTR2. Is this Luke? Rare. Is it rare? Like the Luke Stormtrooper disguise from A New Hope from Hot Toys. Is it rare like that? Is it rare? Is it rare? Like this figure here, which is climbing the secondary market week after week right now. MMS 466, the Matrix Neo. You can see right here, even if you want to say that this seller took $50 off on this, outstanding seller, 124 feedback, all 100% positive. Even if it sold for $450. Even if it sold for $425 with free shipping. Are the ones that I brought up rare? Like this? Is it rare? Like this figure here. Back from July 7th. Outstanding seller, 332 feedback. All 100% positive. $713 used. Not including 22 in shipping nearly. Not including taxes for a used dark side. What has more copies out there? That Arena suit fet? That R2-D2 from Attack of the Clones? That Crosshair? That Luke DX24 or DX25? Or this dark side Anakin? Is it rare like this? Is it rare? Let's continue to ask that. Well, how about this? MMS 152 and really starting to climb. And when you find it new, but this is used, an outstanding seller, 172 feedback, all positive. $510 for soups, not including $50 in shipping, not including taxes, over $600 for MMS 152. Is the Battle Droid from Attack of the Clones 20th? Is it rare? Like the Superman. Let's bring this up from Hawk Wars. Here's MMS 649. What was this, 190? And selling here for a pretty good price of $270. Not including $25 in shipping nearly. Not including taxes, over $300 for a Attack of the Clones 20th anniversary battle droid. But are these rare? And I'm going to tell you that. You're watching the market chart show here in just a second. Pause for some coffee. Cheers to you. And I say, yes, they are rare. They're rare because right now, it seems as though they're not making as many of these as they used to in the past, which makes them rare. But why aren't they going for that Anakin value, some of these? You got some of these like the Battle Droid that are going super high, and some of them that are hovering right around the retail price, even a little bit, sometimes $10, $20 cheaper, or sometimes just over that. Why are some high and some not? Well, a lot of it has to do with character demand right now. What characters are in demand right now in relation to people's wallets, pocketbooks, because there's only so much income to go around. Again, Used to go into a grocery store, what cost you 8 bags, now you come out 4 bags at the same price. And a lot of times you come out with 4 bags instead of 8 bags because you don't got any more money, which means something's being left on the shelves at your Walmart. Some things are being left on the shelves at Aldi. Some things are being left on the shelves at Costco. There's not enough money. And that means the same thing here. You could take that analogy and translate it here. Some things that you would used to buy, you're not buying, and you're kind of prioritizing which ones that you really, really need, because many of us have to. It's certainly what I'm doing. I've told you before, I don't have Quill. I'm using him as an example, not to pick on Quill and Nick Nolte. I want the figure, but it's not something I'm losing sleep over. It's not as important to me as Fennec Shand. I really want her to go with Boba in the throne. She takes priority. In the past with money, I'd get them both. Now I've got to choose. She wins out. I wouldn't mind having that battle droid. I sure as heck wouldn't mind having that. But C-3PO kind of takes priority in Attack of the Clones Wave 1. Sorry. If I've had the money, I'd get more of them. Maybe even do the troopers on there that come into packaging. Can't. I've got to prioritize. That's exactly what's going on. That is a whole lot of what's going on. The other thing that's going on, look at the Arena Suit Boba Fett, for instance. Well, Ares, if it's more rare than the animated Fett, which it is, I'm more than sure it's a lot less copies of that, why is it not selling at that price yet? Well, first of all, the animated Fett's coming down, A. B, because everybody's trying to capitalize on Arena Suit Boba Fett. That's why. Everybody's trying to sell it. Ooh, look, these are going higher. It's like the Black Series thing. Look at that, going for $90, $100, $120. Let me get in on that and sold it. I picked it up at Walmart. I got this. The guy took it out of the case. The gal took it out of the case, and I got one, and I'm going to make 20. I'm going to make $30. And until the collectors who really want these things start getting them, like, really want the DX24 and DX25? I really want this battle droid, and there's no way I'm giving this up? Then it starts to not only be rare, but then people aren't selling it. It's already settled. The dust has settled. Okay? The atmosphere is clear. So if you're going to sell this now, you're going to sell it because you're trying to move on and move on from your collection, or move on to other aspects of your collection like we all do, and not so much doing it trying to capitalize on hype and all this. So once the dust settles, at the end of the day, the Arena Suit Boba Fett is far more rare than the animated one. But dust has settled on the animated one, and many collectors who have that want it. And they're holding out on it. So you're going to get ones that come up here and here, just like Darkside Anakin. Not too many collectors. Even though it goes for $700, $800, $900, depending on condition, $1,000. If it's new, with the shipping box, and you put in a lot of pictures, and you have good feedback. That's the only Darth Vader right now that you can get that's Darth Vader. So it's not like it's going up in droves. And it didn't just come out. That doesn't mean that there's less copies of that right now than of that R2-D2. I could tell you right now that when Cobb Vanth comes out and Reva, the third sister, they're nowhere near going to make as many of those as they did the Dark Side Anakin. Not even close, but they won't be as high as that because everybody's going to try and capitalize. Ooh, you waitlisted. Can't get Cobb Vanth right now. Can't get Cad Bane right now. Once the dust settles, are they rare? And I say, again, yes. Some of them are going to be more rare than others, but not as pricey as others that are probably less rare. It's just the name of the game. But once the dust settles, it'll kind of even out. quite a bit. The big thing to understand here as I'm showing you all these different things is once these figures are gone, at least for right now, they're gone. This is gone here. This is gone, for instance, at Sideshow. This is gone here. This is also gone, for instance, at Sideshow. Aries, I could get this at XYZ comic shop here in North Dakota. Great. But when they're gone, they're gone. So listen to me very carefully. That's it. That's what's going on right now. Once they're gone, they're gone. Once everybody who tries to capitalize on the sales of these, they're gone. Once everybody stops trying to sell the arena suit fet, it's gone. There are no other batches coming. At least right now. So let's talk about that. What do you mean, Larry's at least right now? Well, it's on waitlist. That's what waitlist means. It's gone. Okay, that's it. That's all that was there. But you have to wonder, is it possible that all of these figures that I showed could, at some point, just be straight out reissued or a second batch be produced? And I say, yes. Aries, what do you mean? Well, what do you mean, what do I mean? They're producing low amounts right now. They're going on waitlist. We've never seen this before. It's a volatile, economic, global economy, right? What about when the economy starts leveling out? What about when it's not so volatile? Could they just say, hey, with a great majority of these, we're going to do more production? Nobody knows. You could have a strong argument that says, no, I don't think they're going to do that. And you could have a strong argument, yeah, I think they're going to do that. You just don't know. You don't know. You know, even before all this going on and everything going on here with this, look what happened with the Attack of the Clones Yoda. Just straight out put out. Even way before that, with Han and Chewie from A New Hope. Just straight put out. And you have to ask yourself, in this crazy economic climate of the craziest it's been since inflation of 45 years, would they do that in a more upscaled fashion? In a year, in 2 years, and whenever? It's a great question. Maybe yes. Maybe no. And that boils down to something that I've always been drilling home to here at 6 Scale Cantina. If you're in the toy collecting business, to be able to invest like it's your 401k, or like you're investing in gold, or a rare antiquity like Indiana Jones, looking for a rare antiquity, one of a kind, you're kind of barking up the wrong tree. At some point, you're going to be let down. At some point, you're going to be aggravated. Oh, I can't believe that they did another version of this, or they put it in different packaging, or it's a 2.0. Like, I can't believe they're doing that with all these Iron Mans, and it's a different hype, but it's better. It's an upscale, and what about my collection? It's not as worth anymore, and that's the name of the game with collecting. You can look at vintage Star Wars, and you're seeing what's going on. All those beautiful, authentic, vintage, mint on card, mint on sealed card, 70s and early 80s Kenner. And you've got Hasbro right now basically reproducing that whole look. And You could tell the difference between the two, and some can anyway. But it still kind of jabs in on it. Well, I was thinking that they would never. It's like, oh, well, yeah, but they didn't go ahead yet, Aries, and do the 12-back vinyl Cape Jawa yet. They didn't do that. So Hasbro hasn't done that. Well, all I'm going to say to you is, yet. Gentle Giant did it. They've got the vinyl Cape Jawa 12-back in their jumbo set. I used to have one, I know. And he used to be on my wall. You don't think they're going to do that in a just like the rocket firing Fett in the card version? Coming soon to a Comic-Con near you. Pause for coffee. And that's one of the reasons why I follow the market very, very closely. If I feel like a collection's going to tank, or I need to get out of it, or I know I kind of see it. I've been doing this for a long time. One of the reasons, anyway, to follow the trends within the secondary market and what these companies are doing. But again, if you're in this for that, at some point you're going to get disappointed. I have the Dark Side Anakin. I do. I have the Dark Side Anakin here. And I love this figure. And I know that this figure is 100% going to get either a 2.0 or a second version of it that will be different than this one, or come out with a 2.0 that doesn't have the base. One way or the other, we're going to get another Dark Side Anakin, a.k.a. Darth Vader. Why is the Dark Jedi not rushing out to put this up on eBay? I don't care. I know what it's worth right now. I know what I could sell this for. And I know when the new one comes out, depending on what it is, it's possible that this can get slashed down to $350, $400. But if that's the reason why I'm in this, it's kind of like it's I'm fine with it because I'm not disappointed in that. But if my reason is just to sell and resell, you can bet your arse I'm going to move this. Because if you don't think Hot Toys is going to be coming quickly with this, with all the times we're seeing Darth Vader without the suit, you got another thing coming. Because I've already heard from the Hot Toys wizard on this, and you're probably going to get more than one type of version of this coming out. The same thing with this Superman. Now, I doubt it'll be this version, but will there be another Superman that comes out here? And I say, yes. Why am I not running out to go? It'll be different. If it's very similar, could it affect the price on this? Sure. Maybe it's not from this movie. Maybe it's from Superman 2. Maybe it's a different version. Maybe it doesn't come with the base. But if my whole precipice is I need this to be marching its way to $10,000, and there will never ever be an improved Christopher Reeve Superman. Like there will never be another improved DX07 Luke, then I'm in this for the wrong reasons. Truths here at 6 Scale Cantina. Pause for coffee. The thing is I don't know and you don't know if these figures on waitlist can get reissued when the economy heals. Honestly, there's part of me that thinks it makes sense. Well, what if the areas the economy is not going to heal for the next 5-7 years? Well, maybe not then. The thing is no one knows. No one knows. I could tell you what I do know is right now, It's on waitlist. That's what it says. I believe it. That's what's going on. That's what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. This is gone. This is gone. This has been gone for over a month. Why hasn't this seller put any more up in over a month? Because he doesn't want to make any more money off it? No, because he's out of them. Because there's limited production for now. Maybe forever on this version. But at the very least, for now. Make sure you smash that like button. So, let me ask you all. Which ones do I think are really, really, really going to be super high risers in the secondary market compared to others that are hitting waitlist well before they come out? And for instance, so I've given you a lot of data. You've seen a lot of the stuff I put up. I put up Marty McFly. I put up Crosshair. I put up R2, the DX25. I can go ahead and put this up for you over here. And as you know, and everybody knows, this is on waitlist. And you're seeing initially, and we haven't seen this in years, but you're seeing it suddenly right now, $511 for a Cad Bane. This is one of those characters, one of those releases that you're going to see this on some of the sellers that I put up, and they're going to get their allotments, and then they run out. But you can see right off the bat, this seller here, and a lot of these sellers like this are a very, very good gauge to be able to weigh what's going to happen with this. And I'm telling you right now, with the Cadster here, this one is going to have the potential to have the Arena Fed effect very, 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 and very, very, very quickly. Hopefully that got through your head, because I said very quite a few times. What about this one? And you can see here, low stock remaining, so this one's going to be hitting waitlist very, very soon. Will this one be high like Cad Bane or high like that Battle Droid? And I say no. I think this will be even for a while. You got that other version out there. It's basically the same thing. That version came down a little bit because this one's coming up. Basically a reissue for all intents and purposes. Different name tag on the base. What about maturation after some years? Yeah. I don't think they made that many of the first one. And I don't think they made anywhere near as many of this as the second one, because this didn't even crack the top 10, I believe, when it came out. So I think this is very, very low. I can't imagine how many collectors were ordering this a week, honestly. I think it's very, very little. And that's it. You're going to have a certain allotment of this. But I think when this comes out, is it going to act like Cad Bane? In my view, no. No. Will it act like that R2? No. No, R2's higher. Let's go to some other ones I want you to look out for. What about this one here? And this one has yeah. So right here, the deluxe version is on waitlist. The deluxe exclusive version's on waitlist. And the collector edition's on waitlist. Is it possible that, like the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man that just recently, over the last week, hit waitlist every version, that this Tobey Maguire is soon to follow? Yes. So right here, be very, very careful on this one. It has Paz Vizsla right now as a low stock warning, not here. But in my view, I believe that this one is one of the figures that will be hitting waitlist out of nowhere very, very, very soon to follow suit with Andrew Garfield. It just makes sense. Another one that's coming that I think is going to react the same way is Thor. Mighty Thor is already gone, every version. The collector version of this is gone. The deluxe version is not yet. But I'm telling you right now, Thor here, I believe, is one of the next ones that's going to be coming up on Waitlist. This is my Waitlist alert. Do I think that this will act like Cad Bane or Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield or a character like that or Arena Suit Fet in the secondary market? I don't think so, but I think it will be. It's possible that this could be the best version of Thor we've ever seen. We're going to have to see and keep an eye on it. What about this one? And I'm telling you right now, the collector edition is waitlisted. Okay? The exclusive edition is waitlisted. The deluxe edition is waitlisted. Before long, this regular deluxe version is going to be waitlisted. And it's Darth Vader. And it's Hayden Christensen. And a lot of people, again, will try to capitalize on this, but a lot of people are going to want this in their collection. Anything Darth Vader that looks like this, yeah, Grail City, baby. And probably Grail City quicker than later. Keep an eye on that. I do think that that one, along with Thor, Love and Thunder, along with the Tobey Maguire, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, along with Paz Vizsla, I think they're all going to hit waitlist very, very soon. Along with these that I'm going to put up, what other ones do I think are going to hit waitlist soon, or I think you need to keep an eye on? Casca. Keep an eye on that. On pre-order. Will it make it in stock? You have to wonder. You have to wonder. Fennec. Is it going to make it in stock? You have to wonder. I think I put a high alert on both of those. I put also a very high alert on this one. Really, really do. Keep a high alert on Sylvie. I think that she's going to be exiting like her buddy Loki very, very, very quickly. I think that this Sideshow exclusive version of the sculpted hair Wonder Woman MMS 584, you got a limited time on this one, my friends. Keep an eye on that. And the same thing here with the Scarlet Witch from WandaVision. I think there's a very limited time on this before that she goes. Those are my waitlist warnings. And I think with all of these, once they go, there are going to be... I mean, you could just look at Scarlet Witch and Wonder Woman and Sylvie and these in the secondary market right now, and why you could get them on here. They're selling over retail price a lot in the secondary market. A lot of demand on these, and when these go, these will be very, very, very high. Let's go to Fennec Shand for a minute. I've talked about this the last week. Is she going to make it in stock? Because Boba and Throne is in the stock, so they would go ahead and make more of her than everything else. And I'm going to bring up something here that may be able to help you. They maybe have more Echo, okay, in stock, and still in stock, and Hunter, than Crosshair. And you would think from conventional wisdom that they would certainly make enough Crosshairs so that collectors that have Echo and Hunter would be able to have these in their collection. But obviously they didn't do that. Digest that. I'm going to have some coffee. Digest that. Why didn't they make as much of this as Hunter and Echo? Pause. And because this happened, does that mean you can directly correlate this to Fennec Shand and Boba and the Throne? Could you? And I say yes. I don't think there's that many of her. I don't think there's that many of her. There was an overseas company selling Fennec Shand. And I think it was for 310, 315 bucks. Went out of stock over the weekend. All that allotment gone. Now you go in and try and get it. It's like, what is it, 340, 350 in some of these sites in Hong Kong. Why? You know, because the initial batch is gone. There are no more batches yet coming. And there's limited supply, in my view, from the Hot Toys Wizard. And you saw all the sellers that I put up, and they will get theirs, and they'll sell out, and then she will be gone. So I'm starting to lean towards the fact that they didn't make as many of her as they made with Boba and the Throne. Just saying. And would they have not adjusted? Casca Reeves? But they adjusted Ahsoka Tano, who has her own darn series? And I'm leaning towards that they did. And Casca very, very soon is going to be gone. Look, you can look at this DX21. And because of this and the Clone Wars one and everything else going on, but you could see here already another great seller, 67,531 feedback. Wow. 360 bucks. And 3 sold and 5 left. Once they are gone, they're gone. And, you know, this is the one with Grogu. And you can go ahead and take a look at other ones. DX20. Pulling this up on the screen. $300. This seller again. 12 and gone. And 300 bucks. Regular version. Gone. They're going to make more of Casca than this? I say no. And what's going to happen with this when her series comes out? If you really want DX20 and DX21 and you're kind of thinking, I still think that's going to hit the bargain bin, Aries. Her series is coming out. And you think you could get it right now, like on one of those places? And you really want it and you got the money, go get it. Because when her series comes out that's named after her, that DX is going to go insane. 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 Pause for more coffee. So, which other ones here do I feel that are going to be very, very high risers? And which are going to be duds and which ones are going to be high? Which ones are going to act like this Ahsoka, or which ones are going to act more like Cad Bane and the DX 24 and 25, or Crosshair, or Battle Droid? Let's pull this up on the screen. How is right here, which is now on waitlist, either version, diorama base or not, of Andrew Garfield, how is it going to fare with everything that's going on? This one's going to be mega sought after. For sure. Let's go to more. How about this Boba Fett without the Tamora Morrison head sculpt? This may be a more rare Boba Fett than the arena suit Boba Fett. We know we got about 3,000 of that arena suit Boba Fett, right? But when they put out this Boba Fett, it didn't even crack the top 10. And it was real low. And doesn't come with a head sculpt. And it's from the book of Boba Fett. But this may be the most rare Fett out of all of them. I don't know how many. I don't know. Maybe they made over 3K of these. I don't think that they did, honestly. And you could only get this look from Boba with this figure. I'd keep a hard look out for this Boba Fett, baby. I'd keep a hard look out. And I'd keep a hard look out for this 3PO. Because you talk about Tamashii Nations and how they've got that shiny version. But you can't have a shiny version with this one. Not with Attack of the Clones. You need a die cast that looks like this. So this, for many collectors, including me, is on equal par as the Tamashii Nation ones because of what it represents. And this is a must-have for me. And I think a lot of collectors are going to feel the same way. This isn't like that Sideshow one with the dull paint and comparing it to Tamashii Nations. This is a die cast all through and through. Attack of the Clone ones that's supposed to look rustic like this. And I'm telling you right now, this one's going to be extremely crazy in the secondary market. You heard it right here from the 6 scale Cantina, including this, which is completely, totally, utterly underrated because of all kinds of nonsense. But it is Obi-Wan Ka-freaking-Nobi. And a DX Obi-Wan Ka-freaking-Nobi. And I'm just telling you. I am just telling you right now, the comments on this head sculpt when this comes out, it's going to be another 180-degree turn. And if you think Cad Bane is high, this is Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan is insane in the secondary market. These are my calls. These are my calls. You want to see another insane one with rolling eyes function as well? Are you kidding me? Oh, William Dafoe. And yes, there's going to be a lot of people trying to capitalize on this, but there's a lot of people, collectors, that are going to want William Dafoe immediately, Obi-Wan immediately, that C-3PO immediately. Some of those are arguably are more important than having Arena Suit, the comic version, in your collection. They're still going to have a lot that are going to try and capitalize on it, and as I mentioned earlier in the show, you're going to need to, let the dust settle. The same with this baby. Same with Doc Ock. I'm telling you right now. Same, absolutely. And this Jamie Foxx one here. Gosh. And I don't think with the Goblin or Electro or Doc Ock that they made that many of them. Maybe the most Doc Ock out of all of those, to be honest with you. Just saying. This, God. Whether it's this version or the exclusive version, both on Waitlist, but it's an absolute killer. Natalie Portman, Mighty Thor. Oh, gosh. Yeah, she's going to be, this one's going to go hard in the secondary market. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. Let's go to more. Let's go to some more. Gonna go hard in the secondary market. Just saying. Pfft. This is one of those Marvel ones that are just gonna go hard. And especially, oh my goodness. Just saying. That's my lookouts, ladies and gentlemen. That's my lookouts for sure. And here's the other thing. If you go to 6scalecantina.com and you don't have it bookmarked, you may want to consider bookmarking this. But you can see at the biggest mover section, you can get a snapshot of everything right now that is kind of trending up and down within the secondary market. And it's not just Star Wars anymore. I'm putting in every single IP. Slowly but surely it's getting there with the biggest mover section. There will be other subsequent market charts. You're going to have your top 10 Marvel. You're going to have all your DC. You're going to have all your DXs and other IPs mixed in as well. But you're already starting to see here a lot of different IPs in here, including Marvel, DC, Back to the Future. But look up on here. You can see what's trending up, and it's kind of funny. It's all things on pre-order, or that were, and now waitlisted, like the DX24 or DX25. Like Crosshair. Like Cad Bane. Like Back to the Future 3, Marty McFly. Like President Loki, regular and premium. Like Loki, the TVA suit. And of course, you got some oldies and goodies up there that are trending up, like Marty McFly and Einstein. Not so much an oldie, but certainly a goodie. You know, you got Superman, MMS 152, going up over there. The Matrix Neo going on up. Go ahead and give 6 Scale Cantina a look. And remember, if you liked what you watched here today, you may want to consider joining the channel and becoming a member. I appreciate your support. I've got a couple of brand new insider shows that are going to be coming up here, right here this week here at 6 Scale Cantina. Here's some of the recent ones that I just put up very recently. A movie review on Flash and Sasha. I've got another movie review coming up this week on Indiana Jones. You're going to be getting my movie review on Mission Impossible 3 coming up. There was a market chart show here that only went up for members, rare, gone, and early. You see CAD, you see the Flash, you see the Green Goblin, you see Mantis, you see that DX27 Obi-Wan up over there. You're seeing a lot of stuff up here on the right-hand side, too. Out of This World eBay scams. I got a whole series of that up. If you joined the channel, you could check a look at that library. I talked a ton over the last several months on what's going to happen with this DX24 and 25 Luke, so you can go back and look at that. I've got crazy unboxings coming up that you're going to be able to see over here, which I've got a ton. All you've got to do, besides believe, all you got to do is just hit that little join button on the channel, see everything that it comes with. If you think you could benefit from it, join. I appreciate the support. And in many places, it's cheaper, baby, than a dozen eggs. I don't always buy coffee out, but when I do, I buy it from 6 Scale Cantina. Stay thirsty, my friends.
Working.